Yes, people, myself, TS, welcome back to another No Filter TS. And in this one, I'm just going to give the England squad that I would take at this moment in time. Obviously, for, the World Cup, it's a 26-man squad instead of 23. That's because men are playing in the mad heat in the middle of November, December. But it is what it is. Money talks, all that integrity stuff that a lot of these organisations walk when man showed them the papers and the checks and that. But that's for another day. But so, for me, getting straight into it, I think goalkeepers, you usually take 3 goalkeepers to a tournament. And I think obviously it's Pickford, who seems to be Southgate's number 1. Then you got Nick, Pope and Aaron Ramsdale. I think that's a good 3. I think all 3 are, very good goalkeepers. I'd be confident in either one of them starting games for England. Obviously, I've got a slight bias for Ramsdale, being an Arsenal fan, but, Pickford has done really good for England in the past, and Pope's a very good goalkeeper as well. At the right-back options, obviously, you got Reece James injured. So the 2 I'd take at this moment in time would be Trippier and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Obviously, he's not at the best of form, best start to the season, but he's a man that, no matter what, certain times of the games, he can play, defence splitting passes, and he's a good option going forward. The first centre-half I'm going to mention is a man that's been playing at right-back so far this season. He's done a really good job there, and that's Ben White. We know England like to play sometimes with a back 3 under Southgate. I think he could really thrive in that position as a third centre-half. Maybe depending on, if we're in possession, he can kind of move out to be a right-back and allow a Trent or a Trippier to get further up the pitch. So, for me, Ben White's definitely in there. John Stones, Tomori, Eric Dyer, and then the fridge, Harry Maguire. I was tempted to say not him and someone like Connor Cody or Gueye, but we know Maguire's going. No matter what anyone wants to say, he's going. He'll be on the plane to Qatar. The left-back option to me would be Luke Shaw and Ben Chilwell. Luke Shaw doing quite well at the moment for United. He got dropped for a bit for Malacia, came back into the side, and he's been doing well ever since. Nearly scored a really good goal the other week against Spurs as well. So, yeah, him and Chilwell, again, 2 good options down that left-hand side for England. Into the midfield, I personally wouldn't be taking Jordan Henderson. I just don't think... I think his England time's done, in my opinion. So, anyone who wants to shoot me down for it, good luck to you. But the midfield options I'll be taking, Bellingham and Rice, I think will be the starting 2. I think you take a man like James Ward-Prowse as well. Maddison and Mason Mount. Obviously, Maddison and Mason Mount are not the, sit-in type midfielders. They're more attack-minded. But, Calvin Phillips, we're not too sure on his fitness levels, and I just don't think Hendo... I can't see how Henderson goes to the World Cup ahead of the likes of Maddison or Mason Mount, in my opinion. And then going into the more attacking options, I think Foden is definitely there. Saka obviously got injured the other day. Come off the pitch the other day against Nottingham Forest. There's apparently it's just really a bad kick, so he should be fine to go. Saka, Sterling, Rashford's coming to a bit of form for United, scored a really good header for them against West Ham at the weekend. Grealish, who must be dreading that Almiron comment because Almiron is really on form right now. And then I would actually take someone like Anthony Gordon. It's had all that talk about Chelsea move in the summer. He's a very good attack-minded player. And I think in some of these games, especially the group stage games anyways, if it's like 20 minutes to go and, you need to bring someone on to kind of bring a bit of impact to the game, I think he'd be a good player for that. Obviously, if any of those attacking players aren't available, there's, people will say Sancho. I don't think he's had the best start to this. I don't think he's had a good season so far for United. Scored a goal against Liverpool, but than that, not really done much. So, who else would you be looking at? Maybe like a Harvey Barnes, or do you bring someone else in another position? But, the names I've mentioned so far, I believe are the best options for us to take. And then striker-wise, 3 strikers: Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, Tammy Abraham. You know, Calvert-Lewin back from injury recently, but hasn't done enough, in my opinion, to get selected to go to the World Cup, and that's just my opinion. So yeah, that's the England squad. That's what I would take personally to Qatar. You know, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button now. I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of November. So if you could subscribe, share it, everything, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, man, that's my thoughts on that. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.